How do I start this?
Left corner.
Left corner. The bottom?
Yeah, the one that's like a square, it's normal view.
This, slideshow, got it, cool, good. Never used it before, that's not really on it. Okay. For my speech and speech class today, I'd like to tell you about what I think is like very important. You don't have to just whenever you go to high school and you get tied up to the books, you don't go do no speeches or nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking like most people in my high school graduating class talk. Let me try that again. Today I'll inform my audience about a major educational issue in Missouri and persuade them that it can and should be changed. During high school, English classes primarily teach literature, and almost never, rarely, and in some high school cases not at all, touch on communication skills. Which one of those two sentences would you rather that your boss heard you say? Probably the second one. Which one would you be more impressed if a future employee of yours talked like? Probably the second one. And the great thing is high school isn't teaching children how to talk like the second way. You don't get taught that in Missouri high school, so my thing I'm persuading you today is that more class time should be devoted to communication skills in Missouri high school. Works, cool. Okay, you might be wondering what's in it for me. Well, for one, you'll probably have kids someday, you probably want them to be well educated, that makes sense. For two, you'll be employing future generations someday, so it'd really be nice if they were somewhat educated, maybe even more educated than us. Why did you trust this man? He looks strange, he's kind of scary. Because I've done it. I've done it a lot. I gave my very first speech in third grade in front of my class of 1,200 people and their parents. It was a year graduation, don't be drunk kids. It was awesome. I loved it. And I have taken 6 public speaking classes since. I've taken debate tournaments for 4 years since then, doing impromptu speaking, except for debate. The difference is I didn't use that to write my own stuff, so, but point being, I spoke in front of people a lot. My point. Right? Okay, number one, communication skills are not adequately taught at all. Number two, they're very, very important. And number three, that we can fix this problem, how to do it, and that it should be done. Point number one. According to the University of Missouri, in 2012, under interest departments, English 4 units, one of which may be in speech and debate, 2 units emphasizing writing and composition skills. Which is to say, you don't actually have to have any speech training to enter college, because it's not mandatory in any schools, and colleges know that. You need 2 writing classes to get into college, but actually your 4 classes that you take count as that, meaning everyone got that. And so there's really simply no core English classes that teach you communication skills. I took IB, International Baccalaureate. I got a certificate in English. It was considered very highly writing intensive. I'd write 3 papers in 2 years. According to CityData.com, CHS, the high school I went to, has highly sought after teachers in the upper half of high schools in the state and is nationally accredited. So it's not like I went to some rinky-dink public high school. But you really don't have to write anything, and again, in all high schools in Missouri, it's not actually necessary to take any manner of speech class. According to the University of Chicago, in college, an argument is less contentious and more systematic. It is a set of statements coherently arranged to offer 3 things that experienced readers expect in the essence they just be thoughtful, which is to say that argument is not exactly taught in high school. As we're probably all figuring out right now, the type of papers that you write in high school are drastically different than the ones that they want in college. Why not just change that? And then, speech is not a requirement in in Missouri, school. Speech is very important, but you don't have to take it. It's not mandatory. Most people don't take it. Being afraid of public speaking is one of the biggest fears on the planet. So a lot of kids just plain don't do it. And that's a shame, because doing that actually can get you more prepared for the real world. So that's to say that y'all sound ignorant. Being ignorant, all right, ain't it? Well, no, not necessarily. Actually, it's very important to be able to speak and write coherently. For one, college, the little thing we're all in right now, kind of important. According to Missouri's general education requirements, 3 credits of writing-intensive coursework from any university curriculum are required. Additional 3 credits of writing-intensive designated coursework number 3,000 above within your field of study. Which is to say, no matter what you're taking, you're going to have to do a lot of writing in college. We're all here, again, we're probably all figuring this out right now, God knows I am. So, it's really important if you're going to basically any college, and especially our beloved little university here, oh boy, that you find your place. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, it's very important that you learn how to write. Next thing The workplace. If you want to move up to basically the bare bottom of the career ladder, you're going to have to know how to do little things like file reports. You might have to give a speech in front of a lot of people. You might have to present, and if you're standing there, sweating, palm shaking, mumbling, they're probably not going to think you're as credible as they could if you're, standing up there and booming or whatever it is. It's very important that you can, speak at work. It makes you look good, one might say. Person-to-person relationships. Communication is the basis of pretty much all aspects of human life and culture. It is really handy when it comes to things like making friends or attracting a potential, significant other or what have you, that you can, talk. Coherently, preferably. Believe it or not, it's not my fashion sense that gets me buddies and that got me a girlfriend. Shocking, I know. However, it's really, really handy if you're able to do things like be charismatic or formulate ideas. It's really handy. It impresses people. It makes them think you're better. And again, that's really, really nice in basically all aspects of life. So, what do we do? Well, that's actually pretty easy. Just devote an equal amount of time to writing and speaking as we do literature in classes. We take 4 years worth of literature training in English classes in school. Now, that's important. Literature is important, as is math and science and all that other stuff, but so is communication, so is being able to talk. And that's not something that we're training people for at all. So the obvious solution to that is train people for it. It's pretty easy. Make public speaking mandatory. PD and health is. They both have a lot of really obvious empirical benefits to people. So would be public speaking classes. Make it mandatory. It would be as simple as entering one bill onto the state legislature, but no one's really doing it because no one really sees it as that huge of a problem. According to Portland Community College, a democratic society depends on active, informed citizens, which in turn requires skilled communicators. Learning the principles of communication can lead to a more effective participant in the debate we call democracy. As Lee Coaster once said, you have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across, their ideas won't get you anywhere. And that's the thing, is that, again, future generations simply aren't being taught how to get their ideas across properly. We should be doing something about that. It's a problem. High school is there to train you for the rest of the world and for the real world in general. And, we aren't doing that. So, it doesn't matter how much of a genius you are. It wouldn't matter if Albert Einstein was the smartest man alive. If he talked by saying ain't every other word, no one would care. In conclusion, speaking is very, very important. It helps you in the workplace. It helps you participate in democracy. It helps you in college, obviously. Here we are. It helps you in person-to-person relationships. Again, no one wants to listen to anything like this. It's a problem. It's an obvious problem. There are benefits to doing something about it, and there's something that we've done. It's an easy enough solution, so take action, friends.